Did you ever pay him through Cash App?
No.
You only ever paid him through cash?
Well, yes. We're talking about, I'm very confused.
You've never given Mr. Wade money through Cash App?
No.
The only money you've ever given him outside of a contract is cash.
Look at that. That's a classic right there.
I didn't give him money in a contract, so that was cute. But I didn't give him money outside in a contract. What happened? No, we're gonna answer it since you said it. He worked more hours than he was paid, and the county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me and then think that you're not gonna get an answer.
And I will ask you about the contract in a minute. I asked you about cash. Did you ever pay him anything? And I'm trying to qualify my questions. I'm not talking about the contract with Fulton County that was paid. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about outside of that. Did you ever pay him anything other than cash?
I've only given him cash a few times in the course of what we're talking about.
So you
if we would go to dinner.
So you have?
Yes.
Is it yes or no, bitch?
Like, she keeps failing at answering these simple fucking questions. Yes or no. Yes or no, there is.
There is. The fuck is the judge doing?
Let her finish her answer.
If we would go to dinner, I wouldn't give him cash because he paid for dinner or I paid for dinner. I've given him cash only a few times in life, probably 4.
Okay.
Probably the most money I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
Handed him 25.
What? How do you what?
Pay him anything other than cash?
I've only given him cash a few times in the course of what we're talking about.
So you've
if we would go to dinner,
Let her finish her answer.
if we would go to dinner, I wouldn't give him cash because he paid for dinner or I paid for dinner. I've given him cash only a few times in life, probably 4.
Okay.
Probably the most money I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
Dude, how is the least amount of money that you hand someone that you... No, we don't really be hanging out like that. We're not dating or anything like that. I just paid him $1,000. I just paid him $2,500. We're not hanging out like that, though. We're not in a relationship or anything. Nothing's going on. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here.
What did she say? Rewind it.
Nothing to see here at all.
Giving this man money when they're not. In a
Why did she
relationship.
keep changing her answer?
Oh yeah, from I don't really give him money at all to
Yeah,
do you give him money? I mean, I give him money from time to time. To listen, just do you give him money? Yes or no? Look, I only give him like $25 to $1,000.
$25, $1,000, $500.
Like, damn, bitch, you can't have a $20 on the low end. Yeah, handing a nigga $20 to go get me some fucking shit out the store.
I don't be getting paid $500,000 for shit.
I don't think I'll ever hand a nigga $1,000.
I wouldn't fucking carry $1,000 on me. What kind of stupid shit is that?
This is insane.
Money I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
You never wrote him a check?
$2,500 to $1,500.
Ma'am, I don't have checks.
Okay. So you have no
Dude, yes
proof
or
of any
no?
reimbursement for any of these things because it was all cash.
Yes or no?
Testimony of one
They
witness
just need to
is
do an
enough to prove
audit
a
on
fact.
her.
So my
Are you
question was,
telling
do
me
you
that
have
I'm
any
lying to you? Is
proof?
that what you're intimating right here?
I'm asking if you have any proof that you paid him any of these
The
monies.
proof is what I just told you.
You have no written proof. Is that correct?
So I have some, probably some transactions like in Belize. I probably spent $500 on my card.
As soon as she realized, like, if she didn't say the right thing, it was gonna fuck her over majorly. She was like, "Wait, fuck. Let me think.
Oh yeah.
No, actually, I might have those. Actually, I'm sorry for misspeaking. I might have those transactions.
In Belize, I spent $900 on each of our tickets to go to Belize. I did the $700. I probably got some minor expenses in Aruba that would
Minor for $700
For each ticket.
Who are you? Who? This celebrity? See, she's fucking running around.
card.
Right.
But for the most part, for those trips, other than So the 2 cruises, I gave him money for those before we ever left, because they were pre-booked. Let me answer.
Well, the question was if you had any written proof. And so
So I've answered you that I've had written
we
proof.
can move
for-
to the next question. If you've answered if you had any written proof, and that was my question.
I want to make sure that we're clear that for the 2 cruises.
Judge,
and that's
I
the
asked if
cruise
she gave
plus
him written
Aruba.
proof.
We're not going to talk over each other. Ms. Merchant, she answered your question, so
I guess she answered.
You know, and let me move
Yeah,
on
so
to
move on to
my
the next
point.
question.
So the point is that what you're telling us is that you were in financial straits, but really that your testimony today is you had a cash hoard of maybe up to $10,000 in cash where you laid your head at night so that you would dip out and there would be no record of it, correct?
That's not what I'm telling you, sir. That's not.
$10,000.
That's not at all what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that throughout the course of my life, I have always kept cash in my house. That cash has ranged from times, you know, my father would probably be ashamed of this because he would say it should be more, but that cash at times has ranged from $500 to maybe $9,000, and he would be like, that is not what I told you to do. I've always had that amount of money.
From $500 to $9,000. Like, oh my God, bruh. What is the range? What is the range there? There's no range. That's, yeah. I give about $500 to $9,000. Don't spare on me. It's nothing too crazy. That's all, just around $500 to $9,000 in cash, unmarked.
What I've told you is that when I travel, you do better negotiating when you travel. If you have cash, you go to get the cab. They say, "Oh, we're gonna charge you $300 for the day." Well, I got American cash. Will you take it for $150? And so it's my practice to take money when I travel. We're not talking about a whole lot of money. We're going to the Bahamas. $1,500 in cash is in my pocket, or at the most $2,500. Belize was actually probably the most money I've ever taken. And it was taken because it was a big deal. My 50th birthday sucked. His 50th birthday, it sucked. It was terrible. No.
Your Honor,
And
I'd
so
like to get back to some questions.
What was your 50th birthday? Was it the Bahamas? That wasn't enough for you or something? Well, let me guess. Was it Madagascar? Abu Dhabi? Huh? Sydney, Australia? Which one? Well, where was you going? Where your 50th birthday for Fani Willis just was so bad, and you got $500 to $9,000
And you just keep on.
sitting around where your birthday was horrific. Like, this bitch is just.
Yeah, but one thing though, in foreign countries.